All right, we'll also get you more on the bilateral meeting that is currently on between India and the UAE. As we told you, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Khaled bin Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, is in India on an official visit. These are the visuals from Hyderabad House, where both the sides are holding delegation-level talks. And we also had inputs coming in from our correspondent Jessica Taneja just a short while back when she enumerated the areas of cooperation between the two sides. As we told you, the Crown Prince is on an official visit to India, and this is the first India visit of him as the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is hosting Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi Al Nahyan at Hyderabad House, and both the leaders are holding bilateral talks. Also, we have seen how the relationship between the two countries has grown and prospered over the region, over the years, and also the focus would be on strengthening the bilateral ties furthermore. And a range of areas could be taken up between the two sides: energy, connectivity, also the escalating tensions in West Asia region could be taken up by the two leaders. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal yesterday received the visiting dignitary, and the visiting dignitary was given a ceremonial welcome. Jessica Taneja is joining us on phone. Jessica, we are showing our viewers the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. They are holding bilateral talks in the national capital. Help us understand what all could be taken up as part of the talks.
Well, energy, trade and connectivity, and of course exploring other avenues of cooperation between the two nations. We've seen that already when it comes to the existing mechanisms are quite strengthened. So of course taking stock of how that relationship moves forward. And as I pointed out earlier, a lot of initiatives and various other cooperation areas include the fact that the free trade agreement between the two has helped strengthen that relationship between businesses in India, connecting them to the UAE. Of course, the payment systems and also the integration of rupee and dirham in the trade has certainly benefited when it comes to investments. Now, if you recall, Abu Dhabi, the Prince of Abu Dhabi's visit here is significant in more ways than one. A, it's his first visit, and B, the fact that there are a lot of various initiatives that we've seen in the past, and what exactly now happens, what kind of projects are we looking at apart from energy and trade would be something that the two leaders surely would discuss, and also the removal of tariffs from various goods that are exchanged between the two countries has been crucial. Now, United Arab Emirates remains the third largest trading partner of India, and an important one at that, especially when it comes to India's relationship with Gulf countries. And not to mention that, UAE remains the gateway for India, exiting to Africa as well, and expanding that trade route with the IMEC, or the India, Middle East and European Economic Corridor. So, of course, looking at the relationships that the two share at this point, there have been working mechanisms and groups that have taken these initiatives forward, and one can only hope later in the evening to have certain outcomes of the bilateral talks as to what was discussed and what new MOUs have been signed. If you recall, back in February earlier this year, various initiatives were signed between the two, be it energy, be it trade, and also setting up of IIT Delhi in Abu Dhabi was a significant milestone, one of the first campuses of Indian university set up outside there. So of course these exchanges continue between the two, but it will be later in the evening when we'll know as to what the outcomes are. But before that, the Crown Prince will also travel to Mumbai to meet with the business leaders to explore more avenues of work. There has been a significant amount of investment that has come in from companies in the UAE, to the extent that it is the fourth largest investor, and perhaps in the field of true foreign direct investments, and has significantly enhanced over the years. So we can expect more investments and more discussion, but only later in the day we would find out as to what the two leaders discussed and those outcomes in detail.
All right. Yes, Jessica, UAE is among the top 4 investors in India in terms of FDI. Get us more, help us understand how has trade evolved, in the relationship between the two countries in the recent past.
Well, if you look at the bilateral trade, which currently stands at $85 billion between the two countries, and with the current CEPA arrangement of the free trade deal that the two signed in 2022, they aim to make it about $100 billion by 2030. So that, of course, is significant in more ways than one. Where you'd see more investment in infrastructure projects in India, which UAE has done time and time and again, and will continue to pump in. And of course, India's strategic oil reserves that are also present in the UAE, and that is significant in itself as well. It was signed a year ago. And the India-UAE France trilateral, that also simultaneously, of course, given a big push by the Prime Minister during his last visit. But with the frequent exchanges between the two leaders and their meetings, it only goes on to suggest that the India-UAE relationship would continue to be on the upper trajectory and will continue to enhance.
All right. Yes, Jessica, we also have seen how over the years the relationship between the two countries has prospered. UAE was invited as a special invitee for G20. During India's presidency. In February last year, India, UAE, France trilateral was also formally launched. Also, UAE in fact joined SCO as a dialogue partner with India's support in May last year. So there are a lot of instances in the recent past which have, which are evident of the growing proximity between the two countries. You've talked of trade, connectivity, energy. How are the two nations placed in furthering the relationship between themselves?
Well, we've seen quite a few engagements at multilateral, initiatives as well. And if you recall, UAE became the member of BRICS along with Ethiopia and Saudi Arabia and Iran. So that was a significant addition, and that was with support from India as well. Talking about SCO as a dialogue partner, that was also certainly with the insistence of India. So of course, moving ahead, both the nations have seen the kind of integration that would continue to grow. But at the same time, what we do understand is that the relationship with the UAE only continues to enhance, not just in terms of trade, but people-to-people ties as well. And if you look at the significant presence of the diaspora
between both the countries. Yes, Jessica, thank you for joining in with those inputs. That was our correspondent Jessica Taneja helping us understand the relationship, how it has prospered between UAE and India at present. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the visiting Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Al Nahyan, are holding bilateral talks at Hyderabad House. The visiting dignitary will also have other engagements through the day. We'll keep you updated. But as of now, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.